angels, I'm so excited to show you what I eat in a day for my hair and for my skin. And funny thing, I'm actually on my period and my skin has been so clear this month, and I definitely think diet has a huge role to play into that. So yeah, let's get started. I'm gonna show you everything I eat day to day. The first thing in the mornings, I always drink some kind of tea. In wintertime, I would make ginger tea, but in summers, I make turmeric tea. So let me show you how I make it. The reason why I drink these detox teas the first thing in the morning is because it really helps my gut health, and it also preps my stomach to accept all the foods that I'm gonna eat for the rest of the day. Plus, the turmeric is super anti-inflammatory, so it really helps me keep the inflammation down. And I love taking my tea and going out in my balcony first thing in the morning. It just does something to me and starts my day. I like to give myself 15 to 20 minutes after I have my detox tea and right before I have my breakfast, just because I don't want to overload too much. So in that time, I just do my skincare. You guys know how much I love Korean skincare, but I've been trying some of the new products and I'm really loving it. So let me know if you guys want an updated Korean skincare favorites video. One of the things that really helps me not to break out is actually not washing my face with a cleanser in the morning. So I just wash it with water and do my skincare. I think one of the reasons why this really works is because overwashing causes your skin barrier to be damaged, and you know a damaged skin barrier causes acne. So not only does this keep my skin barrier intact, but doesn't cause any breakouts. Guys, I'm so hungry, so let's make some breakfast. But I'm gonna make my take on the Turkish chili eggs, which if you're Turkish, please don't come for me because this is not an accurate recipe whatsoever. But I'm excited to show you guys because it's high in protein, it's very healthy, and it's yummy as hell. First, I start by boiling 2 eggs, and I personally like them soft boiled, so I boil them exactly for 7 minutes and 30 seconds, and then I get started making the bowl. Okay, this is where I make the bowl high protein because I mix a few ingredients like onions, dill, and chili paste with cottage cheese, which is amazing if you want to make your breakfast high protein. Once I mix everything together, I put it on top of Greek yogurt, which actually makes it even more high protein, and I love the taste of this together. Every time I make my breakfast as high protein as this, it always keeps my energy levels stable and I never get crashes throughout the day. And of course, protein is one of the most important ingredients for our hair because our hair shaft is actually made up of 80 to 95% of keratin, so I try to get my protein in mostly in the mornings. I top it off with spring onions and a little bit more of the chili oil, and oh my god, this tastes absolutely divine. Honestly, my breakfast is never complete without an iced coffee, but these days I actually don't put any sugar in, so it's literally just milk and a shot of an espresso. I don't know if you guys experience the same thing, but as I grow up, I like my coffee more bitter and bitter. Look at her, she's perfect. And this is the sound I want to wake up to every morning. Now my day has started. Okay, I just got back from the grocery store and it's really rainy and gloomy outside, so I'm thinking of making something spicy, something soupy for lunch. I think I'm gonna make one of my favorite miso mushroom soup, which is so healthy for your skin, so let's make it together. When it comes to lunchtime, I'm at my laziest, okay? I do not want to spend any more time making this meal. So I just like to throw everything in one pot and making some sort of a soup or Just something very easy. And on rainy days, a mushroom miso soup just really hits. So for this recipe, all you need to chop is some green onions, napa cabbage, and mushrooms, and throw it in a pot of water. This soup is super low in calories, but it's packed with so many nutrients, especially vitamin A and vitamin C from napa cabbage, which is actually one of the most underrated ingredients, but they use it a lot in Chinese cooking. And for good reason, because napa cabbage actually has lots of vitamin C, which helps with collagen production, iron absorption, and it has lots of vitamin A, which is literally retinol, and it's for anti-aging. I also like to add tofu for protein and enoki mushrooms for that umami flavor. Once you simmer the soup for at least 10 minutes, add your miso paste in after turning the stove off because you don't want to kill those probiotics from the miso paste. Probiotics are so important for your gut health, so definitely don't skip on the miso paste, and it also adds such a beautiful flavor to the soup. Top it off with some spring onions, cilantro, and chili oil, and I'm realizing I add this to every dish, but it just tastes so good.
That is a great question, Rinka, and I'm curious.
Oh wow. Guys, guess what I'm making for dinner? You're gonna be so excited. So since I'm Gujarati, I'm gonna be making khichdi, which is one of my favorite recipes to make. It's so close to my heart. It's like the ultimate comfort food, guys. I cannot wait to show you. It's a little bit different than the way they traditionally make it. I make it a little bit high protein because, you know, in my family we have blood sugar issues, so I'm always trying to make things more high fiber and high protein, which this is exactly what this recipe is. So my boyfriend loves this too, and he's picky, so if he likes it, I'm sure you guys would love it. Let's get cooking. Before I start cooking, I like to soak my lentils and rice because not only does it make it more digestible, but it also makes some of the minerals like zinc, iron, and calcium more bioavailable, which basically means your body can absorb it better. And usually I like to soak it for at least 8 hours, but today I completely forgot and I'm just soaking it for an hour. Okay, if you're like me, when you're cooking, you don't like chopping a lot of vegetables, you really need to get this vegetable chopper. I swear to God, this saves me so much time because I do like to eat a lot of vegetables. I just hate chopping them. So let me show you how this works. It's gonna literally up your cooking game. I honestly do most of my cooking with ghee, but especially khichdi because it just elevates the dish to a whole another level. Once the ghee is nice and hot, I start by adding cumin and mustard seeds, and then I drop in all those veggies. Which, by the way, this trio of onion, celery, and carrot creates such a beautiful profile of flavors. And not only that, but celery is such a powerhouse ingredient for our skin, so definitely don't skip on it. In my home, we never hold back on the garlic, and then I'm gonna add some tomatoes and let this simmer for a couple of minutes. For khichdi, it's so important to get the right combination of spices. So here I'm adding some turmeric, chili powder, coriander, and cumin powder. And if you're wondering about the exact amount, I'm gonna add them all to the description bar below. Once all the spices are mixed in, I like to add the lentils and rice and cover it with some water. And this is where I also add the potatoes so they don't get too soggy. I let this cook on medium heat for about 30 to 40 minutes, and this is how it should look once it's cooked. This is the perfect consistency I liked, and as soon as I opened this, my kitchen just smelled so beautiful. The toppings you put on your khichdi is so important. I love mine with yogurt, ghee, and a little bit more cilantro, and look at this beautiful bowl. How beautiful this looks. I'm so excited to eat this. Let's give it a little mix. I can already smell the ghee and the yogurt just mixing with everything. Oh my god, my mouth is watering. Guys, right as I'm mixing this, I literally remembered I forgot to add in peas, the main star of the show, and I forgot it. Anyways, cheers. Oh my god, it's so perfectly well balanced. It's just enough spicy, just enough tangy, and the texture, this is so good. I know a lot of people eat khichdi differently. Some people eat it with yogurt, some people with even milk. Let me know how you eat it in the comments below. I would love to know. Anyway, I'm gonna end the night here. I'm probably gonna eat some mangoes for dessert because mangoes are the best dessert. Let me know if you guys make any of these recipes. I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you like them, please leave a comment below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.